I took profits on Vechain a few weeks ago. I want to explain why profit taking is key as an investor. So welcome to the channel. If you are new, please do subscribe, hit that bell button, like, and obviously leave a little comment. I know people like to troll me. We're going to go over that in a minute. But now let's talk about Vechain. One of my assets that I really rate, right? Now, just to give you an insight, I'm using Vechain as an example. I'm also going to use another coin as well that I've been accumulating, just so you know that I'm not just emphasizing Vechain. Now, I'm greedy. I make that perfectly obvious. I'm a greedy little bugger. I've got a little bit of a tubby belly nowadays. Need to sort that out. But other than that, right, profit taking is absolutely vital in the world of investing and also trading. People think taking profits is a trade. No. Any sort of taking profits is obviously a transaction, right? People think that you are trading an asset if you are buying it low and selling it high. You've got to survive. You've got to survive. I've seen far too many people in this space go and buy something like Ethereum, like $100, see it go all the way up to the moon, like 1,400, and then go right the way back down to $80. You've got to take something off the table. Now, how to grow in crypto is by taking profit. Simple as that. You cannot carry on getting rich by just growing assets in terms of value of nothing, right? There's a coin that you really like. It went to the moon. It might be dead now. What is the point of buying that? As long as the fundamentals are good, it is fine. So let's talk about profit taking. Now, Vechain, yeah, lovely. It's good, right? I want to mention another coin in a minute that I've recently just purchased and what I'm going to do with it. But Vechain for me really is a standout performer. Obviously do your own research, but I'm using this mainly as an example of why I took profits due to the mindset that I live in, right? And this is vitally important you understand this. But the one thing I want to show you first, obviously this video here. I did this video on the 9th of July. I took profits. I got a huge amount of equity increase, and I got battered on the comments, right? Absolutely battered. Like, so many people just didn't grasp the fact that I took, like, literally, I'm talking about 10% of my entire bag onto an exchange here and just pressed the sell button and held in Bitcoin. What's happened with Bitcoin recently? It's went up a lot. In terms of me doing that, I've managed to keep my Bitcoin at a really nice level, and ultimately, when I jump back into Vechain, I will get more tokens for free. That is the mindset that I live in, the greed mentality. If it goes away and fucks off to the moon, I've still got 90% of my overall asset just sitting there chilling, right? I never lose sight of the end goal. My end goal with Vechain is it's going to be worth way more than it is now. Okay, so please just grasp that. To grow and to survive, you've got to take some profits. You've got to compound it up. You've got to grow it. Now, if this melts down to 60 sats again, I will be buying a load more with, one, the equity profit that I've already got, and two, with extra capital that I have remaining laying around. So a lot of people got the fact that I took profits. A lot of people did not. People think too early. Definitely not. A lot of people are thinking it's very risky. Obviously it is, but if you're only subsidizing 10% of your equity, it's not too bad. Certainly when you consider you've just made all kinds. Like this one, for example, here. I mean, really, the amount that it actually went down is quite savage realistically over the course of the time period. But you got to think it is all about mindset. And my mindset is to grow, is to be greedy. I would much rather start off with 100,000 Vechain and within 2 years have about 400, 500,000 from just doing the same old thing that I've been doing for the last few years, just growing assets that are solid, absolutely solid. But too many people have that trading mindset and they want to just go, ooh, $1 million please, quickly, and lose it all. It's a slow process. So let's talk about a few coins first before I look at the chat. Now, KNC is a one that I'm looking to accumulate, right? I'll make that perfectly clear on one of my videos. Just going to show you something. I bought at this support level. It was doing all right for a few days, and then I went, it melted. But I'm not bothered by that. Why? Because I'm going to accumulate dollar cost average. Dollar cost averaging is a great way to accumulate assets if you have done your research. The top tip is you put a little bit at these levels, a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here. As it gets lower, you add. You do not go all in on one level and go, oh, boom. Always have equity left over, because if you think about it, realistically, that level there, you've got 17% more for your buck. Simple as that. Again, if it goes even lower, you get another 20, 30%, or 31% actually in that case, more bang for your buck. Simple as that. You can put a lot more equity in at the bottom and get a lot more coins at a much better value rate. Now, let's talk about Vechain, because this is kind of interesting. This is a trade. I sold at 207 Satoshis. Okay, simple as that. I thought this was massively overvalued. I saw an RSI diverge. I thought, fuck this, I'm getting out of Dodge. And it was a right decision. And a lot of people were like, literally, as soon as I put it out on my Twitter, I said I took profits here. I got battered, right? I put a video on YouTube, got battered again. And I thought, well, it's my bag at the end of the day. But I want to make it perfectly clear how it kind of works. If I was to jump right back in right now with the amount that I dumped on the market to kind of accumulate more, I get 27% extra for my worries, essentially. It's approximately about 50,000 Vechain, give or take, if I was to do that right now. If I was to just jump straight in of the BTC value that I had. Remember the fact that BTC stays stable as it's held in BTC. The value of BTC has gone up, but you are buying in BTC. Okay, simple as that. So, with that being said, if I was to make a random approximation of how much is, I don't know, 50,000 Vechain, let me work it out. It's roughly $788, right? Not a lot, but that is an extra $788 that I've managed to save by jumping out at that level and rebuying back low. How does it work as a saving though? I'm an investor, I accumulate. That's why I take profits, to allow me to rebuy back, potentially lower. If I've got an extra $788 worth of tokens for free, it's a gain. The long-term gain is for the future, for when potentially Vechain goes to like 10 cents as an example, which would be awesome. But all those extra tokens you can accumulate for free mean something in the future, providing those fundamentals don't change. I'm going to talk about another one as well that I did this on. Zilliqa. I sold late on this one. You can see where I sold. I sold at 200 sat. It's currently now 161. Again, the whole matters for the long-term factor. What happens if I jump back in right now at this level? It's an extra 20%, give or take, probably about, well, maybe about 15,000, maybe less than that actually, maybe about 12,000 Zilliqa, give or take. It's for free. It's all for free. Now, you got to think long term as well. If that 12,000 Zilliqa, for example, and Zilliqa goes to $1, well, you've made an extra $12,000 there for doing basically nothing, by just basically selling for profit, which it was profit. You got to remember, what I mean by profit is if you say you buy, and I actually bought around this level here. I bought no I didn't, I bought here actually, 127 actually bought, give or take, in and around this pullback here on, yeah, that was a date. You know, you got to think, right, that was profit there, 55% profit I had. I actually had a lot higher, but I let it slide a bit too much, whoopsie. But ultimately, like, that is 53% extra BTC value you never had. So what's the difference? You know, whether you're going to hold Bitcoin for the long term and just have it as a trade, happy days, you can do that. Or if you like the asset and you want more for your money, just buy low. So the art of profit taking is kind of key for growth, to develop, to improve as a person, as a trader. Now, as I say, I'm greedy, very, very greedy. If someone went to me, you've got 5 years to grow as much Zilliqa as you can, go for it. I will go for it. I will try and grow up to a stupid levels by 2 methods. Dollar cost average of spare money that I've got at the lows, always do that. And 2, cycles like this where altcoins do this. Now, it happens quite a lot. You can see it. Look at how high this has been in the past. Look at how it dumps, it rises, it dumps, it rises. There's always little cycles in any asset, doesn't matter what it is. If you can go and say, I am comfortable with buying at a low range and it going up 100, 200%, and I know I'm happy with that, it's the best way to be. Not everything, you've probably noticed, look at this over the last period of time, nothing goes to the moon. Nothing just goes straight up to the moon. It can, which is why, remember this, you always hold some in cold storage just in case. Because the worst situation you've got with this whole methodology and mindset is this. If you have got 200% profit and you take 200% profit, for example, and in BTC, and the altcoin pisses off to the moon, you've still won. You've got extra BTC you never had, for example, or USD, whatever, but the remaining 85-90% of your equity of the asset in cold storage locks off to the moon. You still win. So that's today's video done. Hope you enjoy. Bit different, I know. A little bit of a lesson, I know. But I don't think people understand the gravity, that the fact that, you know, too many people are brought into the mindset that things are just going to go to $1, $2, $3. Doesn't always work like that. If it does, happy days. Still hold it back. But what about if it goes up to 50 cents? And then it goes back down from 50 cents down to 10 cents. What do you do then? Well, you should buy more. But ultimately, if you've got profit at the top, rebuy back low for free. So, video here, whatever. Cool, happy days. Links, check out them. See you later. See you later.